do this freaking video at a red light because this dang truck rattles so much going down the road, it vibrates the camera anyways. Got off work today, drove up here to Fulton. All my cameras are dead and didn't have any batteries with me, so I rode over here to Walmart to get gas. By the way, gas is freaking expensive now. I swear when I got this truck, it took me like $25 to $30 to fill up. Now it takes me like, this video is probably about to be bumpy. Now it takes me like 45 to 50 to fill up. Gas has went up 40 cents in my area in the past week or two. Anyways, that's beside the point. Come up here to get some batteries. Walmart didn't have any 24 volt battery, the big, not 24, big 12 volt batteries. So I got some AA batteries just to last until I can get me or recharge my batteries or get some new ones. But not a lot to do today. We're going to try to get a little bit done in a small amount of time. We're going to stop by the co-op, pick some corn up. I got to get back up to Tupelo soon and pick up some of the Backwoods products. Probably going to start feeding high cotton right now, but going to pick some corn up. We're going to go out to the farm, put some corn out, replace the batteries in the cameras, and I've got 2 bags of shield that I didn't plant, and I've been meaning to plant it for 2 months now, and I messed around, and I'm kind of right here at the last minute, so I'm going to plant that. And we're going to put some mock scrapes out. It's going to be 2 different videos. The mock scrape video will probably be a completely different video than putting this shield out, but when we get there, I'm going to go into more detail about how we're fixing to plant these other 2 bags of shield and why we're going to do it. But yeah, we'll see y'all out there. So we're out here at the farm. As you can see, that truck's jumping the tractor off back there. Of course, that son of a gun's dead. It's always something when you go out there to work. But so we're gonna run, put some feed in some feeders, and put some batteries in the cameras while that's charging up a little bit. Let's go. All right, so we're down here right now at the stand we call intersection. If you've watched any of our episodes, the very first episode I ever uploaded, I was in this stand right there and had 5 bucks come down off this hill right here, about 45 yards. I had 1 hole to shoot either one of the 2 shooter bucks that were in the group, and it's the first hunt I ever filmed. Camera arm was not mounted perfectly level. I put the camera on the hole and I went to draw back, and the camera starts. That dude just started leaning, going just slow enough till I knew it was gonna get off of that hole before the deer got there. So I put it back and gave some room for compensation for it, and I get pulled back and they slipped right through and never got a shot. Anyways, we got a camera on this road right here. Got a tactic cam on this road, just seeing what deer coming through here on the power line right back there. It's a real thick spot right there. These deer will cross right here, and that thick stuff going from across the power line. So we just got a camera set up. We sprayed some Crave on some of the leaves and stuff around just to kind of get them coming through here. But we're about to place these batteries real quick, try to go plant that shield. second time I video this today because guess what? My microphone wasn't on earlier. But, so, got this plowed up. Got that strip down there plowed up. Didn't really break the ground up just a ton here, just enough to give the seed something to get into when it rains. We're hoping it rains. The only chance, it rained today and it wasn't forecasted. The only chance of rain within the next week is tomorrow, so that's why I come out here, got this planted today. But we got both of them disced up, just barely disced it up, enough to turn the ground up so it can get into it when it rains. But the reason we're planting this strip and that strip, we've got a strip planted on this end of the food plot here. So right here, we're on the highest part right here on this pipeline. It drops down a hill to this next food plot, drops down a huge hill, goes up, and comes back up on top of another hill about 400 yards from right here. The shooting house is right behind you. So these deer probably feel like they're really out in the open, being able to see 400 yards that way, you know, and they could see 400 or 500 yards that way. So we planted that shield down there to block it off from the road. Planted this shield here, got the idea to come back and do this week actually, but decided to plant this shield here on this end of this food plot, so that blocks off both views on, then you got the woods. So these deer are going to feel really secluded, or should, in my opinion, they will feel secluded inside this food plot. So this bottom food plot down here, it drops down a hill, so you've got the top of this hill blocking, and you're going to have this shield, so blocking that bottom food plot. We planted the shield today on the far side of that food plot, so it's going to come up 8 to 10, 12 feet, probably, actually supposed to, if you plant it at the right time. We're planting it about 2 months late, so this is probably only going to get 5 to 6 feet maybe. Hopefully it'll get a little bit taller, but we're not sure. Anyways, planted that down there on the far side, so that's going to block off 300, 350 yards, probably more than that actually. Shoot, that's probably about 500 yards I think to the top of that hill. Anyways, it's going to block off a huge distance, so that food plot, they should feel like they're in a 75 yard confined space, and this is going to be probably about a 150 yard space in between that shield to this shield. Should work. I mean, on paper that sounds good. We should be able to see more bucks, more deer in general, daylighting in these food plots. Got big plans for these food plots right here with some other Backwoods products, but you have to come back in about a month and a half or so, probably once that video is uploaded. We'll be planting our food plots in September. I mean, deer season's here, y'all. I mean, we are a month and a half away from the Mississippi velvet season here in Mississippi, and a little under 2 months away for the official archery season kicking off October 1st. But planting shield, yeah, I mean, that should work. I mean, obviously we're going to update y'all throughout the season on how this goes, but I really feel like it's going to make a big difference. But it's getting dark. I got to get out of here. We'll see y'all next time.